Now at 6, we hear from a realtor and a Columbus resident on the state of the housing market. Plus, some electrical workers are headed to Florida to help people recover after Hurricane Ian hits. And two of the best Southwest Missouri softball teams play each other.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Pittsburgh man is sentenced for child sex crimes. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. 41-year-old Rex Mills was arrested in 2021 and charged with 5 counts each for sexual exploitation of a child and internet trading in child pornography. In July, he pleaded no contest, which means he accepts his conviction but does not admit guilt. As part of a plea deal, 9 of the 10 charges were dropped. Mills is now charged with sexual exploitation of a child under the age of 14. No word yet on the sentence, but it could be up to life imprisonment and a maximum fine of $500,000. Home loan interest rates have been climbing, but KOAM's Yana Hautala spoke with a realtor in Columbus who says home sales there remain strong.
A broker from Columbus, Kansas says interest rates have slowed the housing market, with houses staying on the market longer.
We're not going to get multiple offers on most properties, and it's not going to be, above list price. That's probably a couple of big changes, over the last year and a half.
Still, she says the market stays busy. There are a great amount of people looking for homes. According to McDaniel, in the past there has not been enough houses for sale. Now, she is seeing the situation becoming more balanced. McDaniel says a good amount of people have recently moved in from out of state because of work and to be in the center of the United States.
For the most part, we've got more new people coming in from other states, I must say, than in recent years, probably in the last 2 years.
She believes the reason for this is still affordable housing prices.
Kansas is number 5 in the cheapest places to buy a home. And I think the median was $151,900 was the price of the home. But of course, in our southeast Kansas, we have homes that, $30,000. They're going to need some work.
A local resident is renovating his house to sell it over market value and expects it to sell fast once they put it up.
Last year, I saw houses up for sale for months on end, and now it's like as soon as they're on the market, they're gone.
He has also noticed people moving in from other states.
Seems like a lot of houses around me have sold recently to people out of town, and it seems like they're coming from larger cities. So it may be something, just cheaper living.
In Columbus, Yana Hautala, KOAM News.
The realtor and the resident, they say people enjoy their small, close-knit community. People might change the way they use credit cards as the Federal Reserve raises interest rates. A commercial loan officer from Joplin says as interest rates climb, there might be additional fees. So paying off your credit card balance by the end of the statement would prevent those fees.
On $1 isn't that much. 0.5% on $1,000 obviously is much more impactful. So keep in mind, as rates go up, if you can, try to utilize that credit card not as much if you have a day-to-day need.
He also says keep in mind the market goes in cycles. A reminder, the voter registration deadline for the November elections is coming up in a few weeks. In Missouri, the deadline is October 12th. The Oklahoma deadline is October 14th. The Kansas deadline is October 18th. And be sure to download the KOAM News app for all your election needs. You can also go to our website for election information at koamnewsnow.com/elections. The website includes resources for all of the 4-state areas, such as including finding out if you're registered to vote and how to register. Again, that's koamnewsnow.com/elections. Let's check in with Doug Hetty for our first look at the weather.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice day for us today. Temperatures fantastic across the region. We've had clear skies all day long, and it looks like as we go through the rest of the evening hours, it looks pretty good. By morning, we're going to start at 55, 73 by noon. High temp right around 79 degrees. So we're actually going to cool down a little bit as we go into the next couple days. My computer locked up, so I'm just stalling right now. But we're going to look at Hurricane Ian, and of course, when we are going to see some rain chances in the forecast, all coming up here in just a bit.
All right, we'll catch you then. Thanks, Doug. Local utility electric line crews from Missouri and Arkansas are heading to Florida to help in the aftermath of Hurricane Ian. Line worker crews from 13 utilities are traveling to Orlando, where they're going to be dispatched to Florida municipal utilities that need electric restoration after the storm passes. The group was organized by the Missouri Public Utility Alliance.
Help restore power. It means pole replacement, new transformer placement, hooking houses back up with electricity, whatever's needed to restore the distribution system of the impacted electric system in that community.
The city of Carthage sent 6 electric linesmen. Pittsburgh's gifted middle school students participated in STEM activities at Greenbush in Girard. 6th and 7th graders were in the lab learning the difference between animal cells and plant cells. They looked at their own cheek cells under a microscope. 8th graders went outside to learn engineering, design, and problem solving. They worked together also to cross the ropes course.
We get to have different grade levels here every day, doing different topics every day. And really just my hope is to inspire kids to love science and be passionate about it so that maybe hopefully they grow up and they want to do something in the field of science.
Greenbush was established in 1976 to help schools, communities, and agencies accomplish more by working together with locations in Girard, Topeka, and Lawrence. To find out more about the classes and workshops Greenbush provides, you can go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Coming up, why a Missouri mother is upset with the way police handled an accident involving her son. And later, the Kansas City Chiefs look ahead to their primetime matchup against Tom Brady and the Bucs. A Missouri mother is upset with how the local police handled an accident that injured her son. The child was riding his bicycle with friends when a car driven by a school superintendent hit him. Janae Ray reports from Farmington, Missouri.
It's disgusting. I mean, it really is.
It was just another Tuesday for 12-year-old Nathan and his friends. His mom wishes to remain anonymous.
You ride almost every day when we get the chance to.
Ring doorbell camera footage shows just that until
I was freaking out.
His friend came running in the house that he had gotten hit by a car. So, you know, I jumped up and just ran.
In the video, you see the white Jeep hit Nathan on his bike, stop, then the driver gets out.
We're standing in the intersection where Nathan was hit last week. His bike here ruined, the chain completely off, as well as a broken wheel. And in the middle of the intersection, you can still see the remains of the accident where Nathan's bike was hit by the car.
Farmington police confirming the driver was Farmington School Superintendent Matt Rubel. That's after we called the school asking to talk with Rubel. My number then got passed on to the chief of police.
And Mr. Rubel said that he wasn't worried about his car. He would replace the bike. Is my son okay? And I looked at Nathan. I said, are you okay? Are you okay? I said, Nathan, can you walk? We're going to the hospital. And that was the extent of our conversation.
Nathan's mother says she went to file a police report the next day, but was told her son was in the wrong.
I decided to seek legal counsel, who then initially told me to go back and force them to file the police report.
Police Chief Rick Baker, who didn't want to go on camera, tells me there was a report filed and also says the preteen failed to stop at the stop sign and no charges are being filed.
I don't feel like they've handled it properly, because if they did, they would have taken a written statement. They would have taken the pictures that we had of my son at the hospital. They would have contacted the children that were playing with him to get their side of the story and not leave it so one-sided.
I mean, it makes me feel angry. I mean, he just hit my friend, and I don't think it's right.
The boy's mother says she has not heard from the superintendent since that accident. A little bit later, a Joplin resident is a little richer after winning a scratch-off lottery.
Plus, our temperature is a little bit cooler over the next few days. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a great day for us once again today. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures a little bit warmer, mid-80s for highs, but it looks pretty good. And we are looking at a live shot of I-44 on the southeast side of the city. Our Landers Chevrolet Tower Cam, traffic moving pretty good at this point in time. Of course, we're dry. We could use a little bit of rain. Look at this. We're wrapping up the month of September we haven't even had a half an inch of rain, which is kind of crazy. So that just makes the drought conditions even worse, makes us need rain even more, and we don't really have much in the forecast over the next few days. So that definitely kind of stinks. 80 in Cassville, 83 in Anderson. Lamar's sitting at 82. We have 85 in Bonita. Chanute is checking in at 86 degrees. 7th in Rangeline, 84. Winds are pretty much calm. Humidity is bone dry at 21%. We'll drop back through the evening hours, eventually down to about 54 by morning. Clear skies once again. That's what we have out there for us right now in the entire Central Plains. Nothing is going on, pretty much clear skies. If we go out toward the west, no big storm systems, meaning nothing's heading toward us, so we're pretty quiet as we go through the next few days. We drop south, of course, big story, Hurricane Ian, which moved across Cuba earlier this morning. In fact, we have some video footage of it. At this point in time, it was a Category 2 hurricane. You can obviously see the palm trees blowing, very heavy amounts of rain, wind, but as it has moved off the coast of Cuba, it has greatly strengthened over the past couple hours, and that's what we're going to continue to see. So back to the map, this is heading northeast, so it is due east of Key West at this point in time. The rain band's rotating around it, and the water is very shallow and warm here, so it intensifies the hurricane as it moves off toward the north and to the east. So eventually by morning, a Category 4, and actually should make landfall tomorrow evening near Fort Myers, south of Tampa. So that, of course, is a big story people are going to be watching over the next few days. Back here at home, it's pretty quiet. We are sitting into the low to mid 60s by midnight. By morning, we'll be sitting into the lower 50s. So it's going to be kind of a cool start. As we get into the middle of the day, we warm into lower 70s. And then by afternoon, we should warm upper 70s. 75 in Stockton, up to 81 in Grove. Parsons about 77 degrees during the afternoon. Day planner starting 7 a.m. 56, 72 by noon, plenty of sunshine, 76 by 5. High temp right around 79 degrees during the afternoon. Then check this out. Tomorrow night, we drop into the upper 40s for overnight lows. So kind of chilly Thursday morning, and then Thursday afternoon, much of the same high temps, mainly into the mid to upper 70s by the time we head into Thursday afternoon. So very nice temperatures, kind of chilly overnight. 79 tomorrow, 78 Thursday, back to 81 on Friday. We slowly sneak up into the mid 80s by the time we head into early next week. But again, there's no chances for rain for a week until next Tuesday, which will be October by then.
Yeah, we certainly need the rain, but boy, it's nice that we're gradually easing into fall. Those overnight temps, if you get up very early or you stay out very late, you need a jacket or a sweatshirt.
It's chilly, but yeah, I mean, we need the rain.
We do. Thanks, Doug. A Joplin resident is now $100,000 richer after winning the lottery through a scratch-off ticket. The lucky woman, don't know her name, says she bought the $5 Ace of Spades ticket on a whim at Big Apple Travel Plaza. That whim ended up winning the grand prize offered by the ticket. Again, $100 grand, not bad. Still ahead, the Kansas City Chiefs return to primetime this weekend against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And two of the hottest softball teams in Southwest Missouri meet this afternoon in Joplin. Jake Leonard has those highlights and more up next.
Well, two of the best softball teams in Southwest Missouri meet this afternoon in Joplin. The Joplin Eagles hit the field today at home against Neosho. And Neosho enters the day at 17-4, while Joplin is 20-7. The Wildcats on the board first inning, Abby Carpenter sharp to third. Gets by and into foul territory. Here comes Malin Garrett around third. Neosho goes up 4-0 after the first. Second inning, Jill McDaniel settles in out there in the circle. Gets a pair of strikeouts, including that one there to get out of the inning. It stays 4-0 Neosho. Now, bottom of the third, Eagles threatening. The runners on the corners, but look at Malin Garrett over there at first. Snags the liner, tags the bag for the double play to end the inning. At last check, this one's still going. Neosho leads at 9-5 in the top of the sixth. The Kansas City Chiefs suffered their first loss of the season on Sunday. Chiefs fell to the Colts 20-17 to slip to 2-1 on the season. This week, Kansas City's back in primetime. Chiefs face Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday night. Now, the Bucs are also 2-1 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And for Kansas City, we know they could throw the ball. They'll also try to get the run game going this week. They rushed for just 58 yards on Sunday against Indianapolis, and they're posting just 93 yards per game on the ground this season.
I can help out with the different calls. We have a variety of runs, so I can definitely help out with that. You know, we can do a better job with our front guys. They take great pride and responsibility for that run game. The running backs do the same. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of pride that goes into that run game and being positive with it, and also giving them more opportunities if needed to do it. So that's that's kind of what we're hashing through.
The Kansas City Royals played their final home game of the season last night, beating the Seattle Mariners 13-12. Now, the Royals have 9 games left on their schedule, all of them on the road. Now, it begins with a 3-game series against the Detroit Tigers. Game 1 is tonight. It's already started with Kansas City leading 2-0 in the top of the 3rd inning. Hunter Dozier has a 2-run homer for the Royals. We'll have an update on this one right here tonight at 10. Now, in the National League, the St. Louis Cardinals open a series against the Milwaukee Brewers this evening. With a win tonight, the Cards could clinch the NL Central title, earn their spot in the postseason. That one will get started in about 15 minutes. So we get Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes on Sunday night. I love that. Those two, I love watching them, but also they've ruined football for me because now I can't watch average quarterbacks because I've been watching those two for so long.
That's a good point. You know, when I watch games other than Chiefs games, I kind of feel that way.
It's
I feel
gross.
like, oh, it's slow, it's boring. I
know.
want to see some scoring. We'll be right back. Take some time now to honor a local veteran. Kenneth Wofford served in the U.S. Air Force from 1941 to 1973. Carthage, Missouri native, was one of the original 13 Tuskegee Airmen back in 1942. And we are proud to salute Colonel Kenneth Wofford, a 4-state hero. You can learn about lots of other heroes, thousands of them in our database. They're from all across this area. You can look them up by name or hometown or military unit. You can also submit a hero of your own anytime, and we're always looking for more to honor. Who doesn't know a veteran? Just go to our website, click on the link. The website, of course, KOAMnewsnow.com. If you're ever on the go and you still want to be able to watch our newscast live, all you have to do is download the KOAM Plus app. It's available free of charge on the App Store of your choice, really. Just search for KOAM Plus. It's really handy to have on these fall days. Maybe you're out at the ball game or fishing or whatever. You want to catch up on the news, you have it right there on your phone.
And it's free.
And it's free. Here's what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Congress's annual game of chicken is underway, a government shutdown looming. Also protests in Iran after the death of a woman who was detained by the country's morality police. We're going to also visit Florida to see hurricane preps. That and a lot more KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The weather around here is starting to feel a bit more like fall than it had.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. We're going to drop back lower 50s for us tonight. 79 tomorrow, 48 tomorrow night, 78 Thursday.
It's chilly overnight. Final sports notes.
It's rivalry week for Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern football. They play Saturday. We'll hear from the Lions right here tomorrow night. We'll hear from the Gorillas right here Thursday night.
And both teams have looked good lately. This could be a good
it.
game. Thanks for joining us. See you at 10. Let's make it a great evening.